Each week, Val and Amber make royal predictions and track breaking news headlines. December 27th.
That's something that happens pretty fast. And it's almost like, you're ice skating, if you're an ice skater, that is. And you're just skating through.
So let's see what your helicopter clue could be. Yeah, this is fast. This is Uranus too. It is around a group of people. This is someone falling on their head. This is that horse in reverse again. Knights often represent military, and this, as an Aries card, this is an Aries card, could represent military personnel, travelers, and it's, it's not a great aspect in the reverse.
Welcome, everyone. I'm astrologer Val Evans, and you are watching Royal Revelations. It is Friday, February 7th. Happy Friday, everyone. And Amber with Taurus Moon Tarot and I will be making predictions and focusing today on world headlines, the UK, and of course, the royal family. Even if you don't know anything about astrology, you'll love how we break down the UK and world tabloid headlines every Friday at our new time, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT in London. So hit the subscribe button to get your weekly notification. And if you're new here, we show you how to make your own predictions by teaching you how to review your solar return chart that reveals your monthly forecast. And a special thanks to the members that make this show possible, the valedictorians. If you'd like to become one and support us, please click the join button. Members get special videos that explain how to make predictions, and you'll want to follow me on Instagram at Val Evans Astro for more content. So welcome, everyone. We've got a big group today. Toy said so long without any major problems, and bam, all of a sudden. But we were trying to make the time a little bit easier for our English folks to watch because it's a little bit late over there, our normal time. And so now I'm going to welcome Amber. Happy birthday, Amber.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does it feel? It's the day of your new solar return. Is it a different feeling?
Today feels like a whole new energy, and I'm here for it.
I'm still in awe about what the cards and charts were saying when we were talking about incidents that were going to be coming up in the next 8 weeks. And we started in November, at the very end of November, and then right at the end of January, everything started happening. We saw that it was a stellium in Aquarius. So we knew that there were going to be some things that had to do with tech, all those Aquarius related things, but there were some poor aspects. So we knew to expect some twin events too, with Mercury in there. Hello, Caroline from Copenhagen, and happy birthday. Miko's here. Marib is here. And yes, congratulations on another solar return year. You can check the box from 2024. It's so nice to get out of the old energy and into the new. If you want to find Amber, you can go to YouTube and just search Taurus Moon Tarot 761. That's where you can find her on YouTube. And definitely check out my books on Amazon if you want to know if your boss actually likes you or how your job's going to go. You can use the timestamp for the day you started. And so my latest book, The Secret Career Code, is going to show you how to break down that chart, who to look out for, who will support you. Is it actually a good job? All of those things. So you have to check it out. And then, of course, Forensic Astrology 101 if you're interested in crime and astrology. And real quickly, but this is, you go to AstroSeek to pull your solar return chart, and you're going to click on the last year that you had your birthday. And then you're going to click on the solar only so that there are no planets on the outside. That's how you're going to start looking at your predictions for the year. And so the first house is going to be your birthday month. That's how we do that. There's the twin clue. Not only did we see the twin engines and also twin mayors, a lot of twos. We're talking about these accidents, but we also saw twin storms. And sure enough, there were twin storms that came in right after our broadcast. Now, coming up, we are going to be looking at the chart for this week, which is for London. And I just added this: the UK house prices jump as tax deadline looms. Lender Halifax says that's just today. So people are talking about taxes. People are talking about housing prices right now. I have a tax fraud scandal, and I have two spies. So we're going to talk about that. And so we're going to start. We've got a couple of things that we're going to talk about with regard to Prince Charles, King Charles, and Meghan Markle. We're going to check in with Meghan and Harry, of course. But we're going to start with the midnight time for London on Sunday. Okay, and one more. It's so funny. You're going to laugh when you see this, but I've got Italy on hold. So something maybe to talk about. We've been talking about Italy a lot. A lot of people have been talking about Italy. It's because Jupiter, it's everybody's interested in it when you have Jupiter coming through Gemini. So in Gemini, of course, represents Italy. So here is the chart for Sunday for London, and we're now into Scorpio. Before we start, taking this chart apart, I am dying to hear what you got. If you were able to, you've had a busy day. I don't know if you've had the time to do a pre-spread.
I did. And, I don't know what charts you're going to reveal, but there were three clear messages. The astrological deck had Chiron, Neptune, and the first house. And what I gathered from this, honestly, it made me think of a couple of things. Poisoning or ingesting something, but on this larger scale of is there going to be something around food poisoning? Or, we get the notice and it's don't buy this bag of salad, this brand, these are removed from the shelves. There might be something coming out about spoiled food, not good food, something that's not good for you.
This is the event chart for this coming week for London. We're going to look at the ascendant, which is the personality of the chart, which is Scorpio. So what is Scorpio? Of course, it's murder and death and all the bad stuff, but it can also be psychology, and it can be other people's things. It can be adoptions. It can be recruiting. Whatever you're doing that involves other people, that is Scorpio. And so
I can't believe you said adoption.
Really?
Because I have two cards. That was the second of the three messages that was about adoption. I got the orphaned card.
Oh, okay. Oh, what?
An orphan, but the Five of Pentacles in reverse is the same card, same energy. This is an oracle card, but it's in the reverse. So it's I thought of that. I thought, well, it's someone's an orphan, but they're being adopted. They're finding a home. Someone's finding a home. I literally thought of that.
That is
crazy.
Yes. So that's super Scorpio. So I think we're going to hear some definite, maybe in the next couple of weeks, some, I don't know, news about adoptions, like you say. So that is crazy. So if we are looking at Scorpio, and we're going to look for Pluto, which is the ruling planet, and that's in the third house. And so interesting that it's at 2 degrees. 2 degrees is really good. It's the best of the best. Yeah. It is, if you got 10 rockets, it's the best rocket for lack of a description. It is the smartest engineer. It is just, it's good. And so that somehow is what people are talking about. They're talking about maybe a lot of engineers. And why do I say talking about? It's because the third house is what we are talking about this week. So there it is in the third. Let me just circle it right here. And there's Pluto. So that is, I think it's pretty significant. It's transformation. Something is transforming. And the third house is also local things, maybe a neighborhood. So maybe a neighborhood is transforming for some reason. Mm. And so to your point about poisoning, and I have some good things today to offer. But of course, we have to look at Pisces because Pisces is chemicals and poisoning.
Right.
And there's something that might be coming up, especially what I'm a little bit nervous about is how Saturn is moving on in to not only Neptune, which is death by poison, but Neptune with North Node is extreme. It's just, it's like,
Yeah.
the LA fires, for lack of a better example. It's not just a fire, it
Right.
goes, it's big.
Yeah.
And so this could be a foreign something that is happening that makes the news where there could be maybe food poisoning, but in a very big way.
Right.
Would it be food poisoning? Well, it could also be a chemical, something that has to do with chemicals.
Right.
And weird that it's in the fifth house there. The way I've been reading it lately is that if this is February, this could be March, April, May, May, June timeframe. This could come
Yeah.
up. So we'll have to monitor.
Yes.
But let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, there's just so much when you have Pluto there. So much water. It's ocean. Could be something that's going on in, you know, on the over. I don't know, on the big, in the big blue, uh,
Right.
the vast ocean. So I'm trying to think of a good way of explaining it, but you get it. Pluto and Neptune is the ocean.
Mm.
And so here's the other thing too. Now this is this week, and we've got Mercury, and it is on the fourth house cusp. It couldn't be any more strong. This is the more twin accidents. So could there be more? And the sun there, well, that's the government too. So it could be two governments that are broken because remember, Aquarius and Uranus mean to break. So this is definitely, I think, some omens, if you will, of things breaking. Sometimes it can be good because bad things can break. But my question to you is, what is going to break this week?
Let's see. When you said that a moment ago, and I was looking at the Three of Wands that I had, he's looking out over a vast ocean, and it made me wonder about the Pluto thing. Is it like two oil spills where the water is contaminated with oil or something like that? What's going to break? Ooh, well, I mean, it's a leader of a country, and I've seen this so many times when I shuffled today. King of Swords in reverse is always a leader who is outspoken, angry, doesn't have a lot of good things to say. That is the Aquarius card also, which is to break. So
Yes.
it's someone breaking, it almost feels like, breaking rules, breaking from tradition, breaking away, saying things that are taboo, that are not traditional. Rebelling. This is total rebellious. Aquarius is rebelling.
I wonder if it has to do with Putin between now and May, because that all of Russia is Neptunian, all those spies, and could I ask you a yes or no question? Does this have to do with bad news for Russia?
Wow. Yeah, that's a yes card, Eight of Wands in the upright. And it's a lot of information. There's a lot of communication, fast moving. It also can mean traveling or moving. I don't know.
Okay.
Going somewhere quickly.
Yeah. I think about his health too. And, I think he might have Parkinson's, but I'm not sure. CR user says, good afternoon. Skies are bright here. After rain, San Francisco Bay, California, word out is chemtrails lost funding. I'm just a messenger reporting on the sky. Thank you, CR user. Yeah. And Jan, you said Santorini, Greece, new volcano forming under the sea. Thank God for our astrologers, for all of the astrologers, there's so much to break down in the sky. And by the way, Jan, thank you so much for looking at some of our past video. I saw the comment that you wrote and it was so detailed. Thank you so much for that. Something that I really should do is look at our last shows, but who has time? Debbie said, we don't have a health agency anymore, so we don't know about any diseases. Yes. Food and mouth disease in Germany. Now, Elfaz says, are we talking about Italy? Why? Luigi? Well, it's a good point. We have said this in the past that there's so much Gemini energy when it comes to a kingdom. And we're talking about a lot of power with whether it's the US, it's England, it is Italy. There's going to be things that have to do with kings and queens and twins. And so since the twins are so much... I guess what's the word? It's so prevalent right now. I think that we're going to be seeing some clues, some more twin clues. And Jan, yes, King Prince Charles. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, could it be? It just popped into my head with those cards, the same cards. Could a leader be getting a divorce?
Oh, and that would be Aquarius. Yes, absolutely. There could be 2 divorces.
Yeah, it feels like, well, the King of Swords is typically a divorced representative.
Oh, okay.
A man who is divorced. And with that Hierophant, which is marriage, but in the reverse, it feels like, could someone in power be getting divorced?
True. And I have to remember too that sometimes it's not just twins, sometimes it's a group. Now it didn't stop at just those 2 twin engine aircraft. We had a bunch more after that. So something to also keep in mind. Yes, I don't know too much about Trudeau, but yeah, he got a divorce, I think. Jan, you said prediction for Prince Will's video, February 2024. So much predicted by Val and Amber. Thank you so much. I'll have to look at it today. Sandra, you said, nice. Chemtrails are chemical warfare. And Sierra user, I have Saturn in Aquarius, 3rd house. My generation born earlier have a lot of Aquarius. Interesting. Yes, a history of Aquarius. And yeah, US is rebelling, but trying to rebel. We certainly are seeing this big storyline about how a king wants to do things fast and he's having problems. So we're going to see how that plays out. All right. Now let me get back to this, and we've got that 20 degrees too. That is a Scorpio degree. That is like a group of divorces, murders, I don't know what. But take a look at this. Not only that, but we have this Uranus here, and it's making a T-square. Now this could actually come in. When could that come in? That might be in a few months. It might not be exactly this month. So February, March, April, May, maybe in May. May and June is going to be really something to watch, I got to say. And so now I'm going to look at the 2nd house. And the 2nd house could also be March. Oops. And so once March comes around, we're going to be looking at Jupiter here, which is, what do you know? A stellium in Gemini, which is Italy. Yeah. We're going to see more about Italy, but there is a square to Saturn in Pisces. And I am thinking now, King Charles is supposed to be doing some kind of Italian trip or trip to Italy. I think it's supposed to be in April. So I wonder if there are people who are thinking about Italy and they're having to put something on hold. So my question is, tell me a little bit about maybe, I don't know if it would be international travel, but who is this group here that we're going to see in March? And why is there a square to Saturn, which is very negative?
Yeah. I had this a minute ago. It's the 8 of Swords. Yeah, this is being stuck, but it's typically mentally stuck or having sort of a mental concern or issue, anxiety, fear, or get stuck somewhere. Yeah, it's like whoever they are, they're going back to somewhere they've been before, going back to a place that is Maybe somewhere they have to address some level of anxiety or stress. But I feel like this quarantine type of energy or rest and recovery with the Four of Swords that I had initially. So I get a lot of that with people having to be stuck. I don't know what it is, but it's going back to a place you've been before, or it's people who are local.
I think of immigration.
Yeah.
Jan, I did not know that Italy helicopter crashed yesterday. Good Lord. Okay. And, there was that very popular Italian guy he's got some bad headlines right now. He's the one that was on that popular morning show in the UK. And he always had some kind of cheeky, what's his name? Kind of response, and they were always laughing about it. Well, surprise, he is being accused of, I believe, sexual harassment. So, there could be some Italians in there getting bad news or karma in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's crazy. And then, the plane missing in Alaska. So we're hoping that this Gino, thank you, Paula. Everybody knows Gino. Yeah. So that could be another thing that's coming up. But it's also, remember, we were talking about this in the past couple of shows. Gemini is television. So we're seeing karma from people in television, and it's going to be kind of shocking. I don't know how shocking Gino is, but more is going to be coming out about maybe television personalities. And also keeping in mind, we've got the P. Diddy trial coming up. So there could be something that's twinning around that. Oh yeah, that's right. Don Jr. in trouble in Italy for killing a duck. Oh my God, a protected duck. Ay, ay, ay. These are some weird headlines, I got to say.
Yeah.
All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, I think I've got another chart here. Oh, this came out more about Lady Gabriella Windsor's husband, Thomas Kingston, and his parents came out and started talking. And it's just such a real shame because they're talking about drugs and how he was feeling sleepy. There was apparently, they keep saying there was a lot of stress at work. So to me, there's some people in the background here which were maybe pushing him in a sense to have to come up with a remedy. And so he stopped taking these serotonin inhibitors, apparently. And that's Thomas Kingston, and then wound up unaliving himself. But real quick, I wanted to go back to that crime chart. And, Mercury is what's on your mind. And in the 8th house, with a Saturn opposing moon, he was obviously depressed. It's just that we've got these people over here. And there's something that he wants to do. We talked about this before. He is going to do, and they are stopping this, and it has to do with money. So there's a story behind this. There is a story about finances and a big, big, big struggle. So I don't know. I don't believe all of it. Now I'm going to get into King Charles and Queen Camilla. Now they are making plans. They're having Stanley Tucci over, an Italian, to teach them how to cook an Italian meal, I believe. And so funny. And they're planning to meet the Pope. So that's something they're looking forward to. Of course, they're going to meet the Pope because they want to pray. They want to get as close as they can to, God. And so that's part of the plan. So I've got, there's Angel. Well, thank you for joining us. Did I say King Camilla? Queen Camilla, sorry. See, this is why we need you. Look, it would have totally gone off the rails. Deb, he supposedly was involved in a financial transaction for the king. I heard that. Yeah. ITV, BBC, and UK mainstream, all in scandals. Yeah. And of course, Blake and Ryan fiasco. The Lions right now, they're a little bit wobbly, and lots of gossip right now about that case. So,
Yes.
yikes. Right, Angel D. That's right, Deb. I'm not going to go into these comments. Okay. I'm totally going to be editing this show. So anyway, but thank you all. And I wanted to definitely, before I get on to Charles's chart, I wanted to just give everybody our information. I have a special for the members that I'm going to drop later on today. So if you're a member, you'll be able to see all my messages. And if you're interested in a reading, you can always go to the description box and get the information about Amber. And it's also up here on the screen. So make sure to get a reading because it's important for 2025 to look at your predictions. And so this is King Charles. This is his solar return chart. And we're looking at February, March, and April here. We have, let's see, February 14th starts his 4th house. So we're not there yet. That's next week. But this week, oh, can you see it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This week, Saturn is coming in, and there's a square with Mercury. You can't really see it there. But this to me tells me he has to take a break from something. And we talked about that before. But what is coming up here, there's Neptune, which is a doctor. A doctor might actually be doing something that helps him. So that can be really good. When you have Neptune in a trine or sextile with the blue lines, that can be really good. It can be really, really helpful, hopeful. There could be some kind of therapy he's getting. But once we get into Mars, this is going to be probably maybe the first week of March. Then we've got a whole new energy that comes in. And that's going to be led by Mars. And we've got a T-square here with the 8th house and Pluto and all of these planets here. Now, this could be something that has to do with a family member. This is extreme anger. It has to do with money, possibly because of Pluto being in the 2nd house. But can you give us anything that we can see through the cards or your intuition of what Mars is in this 8th house? This to me could be a big fight.
And this is you said kicking off sort of next week into March.
Yeah, it's going to be February 14th. March. It'll be probably early March.
Okay. Whew. The 10 of Swords. You know, that is being betrayed. That's a betrayal. There's a betrayal. And this, can represent injury. And I have that Chiron card. With that 4 of Swords again, I keep getting this like recovery, and it's a lot of swords, but it's like a betrayal. Justice card. Is there any sense at all about the courts, lawsuits, or...
Let me take a look. Yeah. So the 6th house is court matters. The 9th house is the court. So we'd either look at the 6th house lord, which would be Venus. It would be coming in right around that time. Yes.
It's like, is there a financial betrayal?
Yes.
But it feels like I just got the High Priestess, which is something very tight-lipped, very secret, very underneath.
Well, somebody is gaining some kind of money, and it's almost like the family is due some money, which would be the 5th house of family money. Well, the moon plus part of fortune. That's a lot of success. But then something cuts it off. And Mars is like this. I wonder if it could be Harry. I don't think so. But this is bullying too. Somebody's being bullied here because anytime you have a bad aspect to a planet that's in Leo, there's going to be some bullying.
This is a female bully. This card, it's the Queen of Swords in reverse. It's Gemini energy. And when she's in the reverse, she's nasty. You don't want to mess with her. That's also a divorce. That's the divorced couple in the deck, the Queen of Swords in reverse. But that's an angry woman who's mean about her words.
And that's usually how secrets come out because they don't
Mhm.
care.
Yeah.
Whether it's a male or female, they're like, you know what? I'm not in that family anymore. I'm out of here. And I'm going to say everything that I feel. It looks very, very, it almost looks dangerous because Pluto, with that opposition with Mars, this is people with weapons.
Yeah.
And I think, can I also ask, I mean, this could be anti-monarchists. So could there be some kind of, I don't know.
I did have this on the bottom of the deck, which is the Monarchy card, the Leo card. And I also got the King of Swords in the upright. It's like it's a couple, but he's in his best light. He's actually very he's in a good way, but the female is not.
Okay.
It's like it's around the king. It's like shots fired over the bow to the king. Words, bullying. It's like he's the target. That's the Scorpio card, and he's Scorpio. I don't know. Is he a target of bullying?
Something like that would make me think, 'cause sometimes when I'm trying to explain a solar return chart, I'll give an example. And something that would make somebody so mad would be when you have a plan and it's a really good plan. It's like a dream plan, like going to Italy. And then suddenly there's everybody who's trying to throw a wrench into it, or maybe not even trying. Maybe it all converges at the same time and you can't do exactly what you wanted on your trip.
Right.
And that would make one mad. So that could be what's going on. But this certainly reflects, I think, some activity around the monarchy.
Yeah.
Angel. And does it have anything to do with Harry's court case? What do you think?
I don't think it does. I feel like it's more connected directly to King Charles.
Okay. Jan, you said the Republic org are kicking off about royal finances. Okay. Yeah. Angel, you said, I was doing a reading yesterday and I kept getting the 10 of Swords and my friend said her man was cheating on her. Interesting. Ooh, and we usually get 3 of Swords, but I guess you could get that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
10 of Swords is definitely a betrayal.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. It's so interesting with that part of fortune there because this is super successful. It's something that somebody's excited about, but it just can't go. And maybe, it's not forever. It's just right around that time.
Yeah.
And then we have, up here we've got a big surprise here. So this is February, March, April, May 14th coming in. And Uranus is representative of the 3rd house, but it's also on Harry's house. The 7th house is Harry. It's Harry and Camilla. So is there a possibility that Harry's doing something that might cause some kind of tremor around mid-May?
Let's see. Well, that's interesting that every time it has to do with courts, lawsuits, but it also is disruptive to the family. This is in reverse. This is a huge upset to a family dynamic, family union. Not that this is shocking to anyone, but is it military related? I don't know. Is he doing something around the military? This is that military card again. But it upsets the family in some way as well. And look, there's King Charles again on the bottom.
Okay. It might be unintentional, but maybe Harry and Meghan are doing that, their royal tour, and it gets in the way of what they're doing, from England.
Too, the Ace of Wands in reverse is someone quitting something. They quit. They stop something. It's like a quitting energy.
Well, I wonder who maybe it's a courtier or something.
Maybe.
But I gotta say, let me just share this here. Look at that Uranus. It's right at 25 degrees. Good Lord. That is right on the devil degree. This is something that is, okay. So if I were to look at this chart and I was like, okay, who is this? I think it's Andrew. Andrew's about to do something because it's the third house Lord, Uranus. And this is the devil, and it's opposing the sun. So, I mean, it's almost like way back in the day, it's a sword fight. So does this have to do also with Andrew and King Charles?
Well, yes. I don't know the timing of the scandals with Andrew, but is it 7 years, 6, 7 years ago? It's something from that. It's like getting beyond it. And is he moving? I know we've talked about that ad nauseum, but this is him leaving on a jet plane or on a boat, and he's out.
Yeah,
it's something that's been pending for a long time.
Okay. Jen, you said you just pulled the sun in reverse and the devil in reverse. Okay.
Did he have some kind of like spy scandal too? Okay, because I did get my spy card.
Okay.
The Page of Swords. So it's like, does that sort of spark something?
This is the Andrew thing. This plays out more, I think. This is a group of spies. And this is ongoing as of like real time. There's more coming out about Andrew. Now they're saying that the Queen co-signed on all of his, communication with Beijing and it was all on the up and up when she was alive, but we don't know, and we don't know all the details to that. I think we're going to get them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's going to be shocking. This is, secret information uncovered and exploded. And yeah.
It's kind of strange because you think that a scandal is going to, it finally finishes up somehow, but it's almost like this is could this be a twin scandal? I wonder,
for sure. Like whatever was 7 years ago, I would go back and look at headlines from 7 years ago. What was sort of beginning to be public scandal for him 7 years ago?
Yep, definitely. Okay. And let's see here. Yeah, so that is a big one. However, there is a trine to Pluto, which you can't really see there. And this is money. So they're going to throw money at it, and that's going to help. I don't know how they're going to do that, but it seems like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And okay, so this is King Charles progressed. I really thought this was interesting. You can see that he's look at all of that Aquarius right now in the 5th house. This is shocks, family shocks, and that opposes Pluto. This is too many shocks, too much bullying. There is an incredible amount possibly of bullying that's behind the scenes that we don't know about. It could also be electronic types of communications. And he might be, you don't know, but King Charles might be the one that's bullying, but it's pretty intense over there in the family. But what I thought was super interesting was that the 7th house Lord is Neptune. And look at how, all of that problem there, you can see, and there are going to be people who do not want to hear this, but you can see Harry there, and he's kind of like the go-between between all of these people in the family. So I wonder are there people that secretly are communicating with Harry because they don't like what's going on inside the palace?
I have to just go back for 2 seconds to first house, Neptune, Chiron healing. So and that's showing in that chart is that, Neptune in the first representing Harry, and there's that healing card. And I just saw the star card, which is also about healing. What is he doing? And now I forget your question.
Well, it goes along with what I was saying with Prince Harry, in that maybe he's sort of the person, the go-between. He is there's a secret, and everybody's telling Harry maybe the secrets, Neptune's secrets. So these could be shocking secrets, but maybe Prince Harry in some way, because this was King Charles's chart, remember, and Harry, it looks like, is helping somehow. So how is Prince Harry helping King Charles?
I don't know. We'll have to look. But is there a woman? It's like he's seeking advice from a woman, possibly a redheaded woman. And it's about stepping up to tell the truth. I mean, this is a clarity lightning bolt moment of like, aha, have to speak up, have to be truthful, be honest. And it feels like this is more of a mentor energy. It doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a man, but it's masculine, feminine.
Okay.
Yeah, about a reunification, reunions, 3 women, 3 people, their family. This is a reunion card.
Okay, so it could be that Prince Harry is I wonder if he's coming back and helping in some way, and they kind of forgive him a little bit, which seems impossible because I didn't realize that I hadn't listened to like chapter 70 and above in spare. I think I've finished. I was like, that's enough of this, but I keep going, and there's no way. I mean, there's no way Prince William is going to forgive him for that. Like, he just said so much, right? So it would have to be pretty big for them to bring Harry back into the fold, I think. But it does seem like he's helping in in some way. Maybe Prince Harry is holding on to some shocking secrets, or he's telling King Charles what's happening. Maybe he is the spy.
Yeah, I got the moon card, which, the moon is the helper, right? You always say how someone helping, but it's also things you don't talk about. This is keeping secrets. It's in the upright. So it's, it's not like someone spilling the tea. It's someone having secrets that they do keep to themselves.
Okay. Now, we got that clue about spies, and it's just because there's so much emphasis, and it's coming up with Pisces. Pisces is the spies. And so my thought is, are we going to be seeing, or my question is, are we going to be seeing more news about a big spy scandal this spring?
Yeah. It's like the call is coming from in the home. It's like if there's groups of spies, it's like they are embedded in within the family. It's like someone attempts to hold their boundaries, but they go back to a place they've been before. This is like you go back to something, you go back home. And I feel like the spies they're like within the home, within the house.
Okay.
They're immersed.
Yes. It's an ongoing theme we've seen, but I just think there's more and more development coming from that. And yeah. Oh, well, you know what, Jem? We're gonna
card too. Yeah.
What?
The hermit card too. This is someone who, skulks around on their own, but they're guide other people. Other people follow this person. And they do keep secrets. They're very secretive.
Okay. And Jen, it's funny that you said this because I was going to talk about this. There's too much scandal in the UK at the moment about Meg's children. I didn't know about her children. It's unbelievable how much she and Prince Harry are getting bullied. So that's in her chart. So I'm going to look at that in a second. Yeah. And if you are just tuning in now, please hit the subscribe button or the like button or both if you like this show, and that supports us. And also, what else was I going to say? We're getting to the end of this. I'm going to hurry up with these last 2 charts, but what is this toy? It makes me think of a bugged house with mics and cameras hidden. Yeah, that's a possibility, which would be Pisces. This is a good comment, Angel. Val, I'd be interested to know if there are similarities between John and Yoko versus Harry and Meghan regarding the way the USA wants Harry out, in my opinion. I think I looked at that actually, and I do think that there is a similarity. So it's a good call. It would make for a good show, I think.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that William has a corn addiction. Has anyone heard? Maybe it's something to do with William's secret life. What? Okay, I don't want to know. But there is the word addiction around that, and it's in the marriage chart for Catherine and William. There's addiction. So I've always wondered what that was about. Oh my God, Angel D. Yeah. Okay. Apparently the Middletons leaked to the press. Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you.
Oh.
I'll get it right. All right. Now let me add this. And so that's King Charles. I wanted to check in on Meghan. And I did this chart because we're going to be seeing this in our charts, all of us. But it just happens, this little cluster here, Saturn is coming in to make a really big stellium here. This is a flood, okay? And so the flood is, in my opinion, it's in the 9th house. And it is with the opposition there. Remember that opposition with Saturn can mean it can mean cold, can mean freezing rain. But for her, I think it means a flood of bullying and a flood of negativity about her marriage. And so Saturn is going to start moving in. It's going to apply to this little stellium here. And it's not little at all. So I thought it was very interesting that, she's got a tsunami of hatred. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And I'm concerned over her mental health, although the good thing, there's the moon and Saturn, which can mean depression. But in her chart, Saturn is also Prince Harry. So he's in it with her.
Yeah.
So the good thing, though, is that there is let me see, did I do it? Okay. You can't see it, but Jupiter's over here in a nice trine. And that is her husband. He really does help her. But can you give a card or two about Meghan in the next 6 months and how maybe she'll prevail?
First two things that come out are my 2 Harry cards out of all of the deck. Both Harry cards. Yes, this is also perseverance. This is like beat up, bruised, wounded, but carrying on.
Yeah.
You might see maybe an element of more spiritual sort of from her. She might have sort of a different energy around her in terms of spirituality.
Yes.
Yeah. They could also move. I still see them moving, maybe moving.
Yeah, which is a shame. I hope it's just to add another house because they've got a gorgeous house.
Yeah.
And Vicky, you think Meghan will bully the king to get her divorce plus all that she wants? I don't know. I think she loves Harry. Yeah. So probably not going to happen in my opinion, but super interesting about what she's going through and how everybody's going to be dealing with this flooding of certain things. It just depends on where it is in your chart. And okay, I'm just going to add this one more thing. And this is Prince William's chart. And did I do it? No, I didn't have time. So this is June 21st, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. January 21st to February 21st. That's where we are right now. He's actually doing okay. Look at that Pluto in this incredible grand trine. This is as successful as it gets. I mean, I don't even know. It looks like tech. It looks like it could, of course, it's in a grand trine with Uranus on Algol in the second house, which can be addictions. But for the most part, it looks like he's working. He's doing something that he's always wanted to do, and it's moving forward. What do you think that good thing is that he's involved in? And this is Prince William.
Well, it's obviously, it is good. It's positive, and this is also the royal card, so strength. Doing something brave. Yeah, I just love it. I love it. My William card comes out when
Always
I'm
the William card.
talking
Yes.
about him.
Yeah.
It's like he's creating something. Does he create something? This feels like, oh, I've invented. This could be an inventor. Is he working with an inventor of some kind?
Oh, he's inventing something.
Yeah, and it could be tech, because this is an Aquarius card and it's information. It's some kind of technology.
And Elphaz, it could be corn.
Around addictions.
And
okay.
my God.
Yeah. It's like, does he help create an app for mental health or something? I know there's a million of those, but that's kind of an example.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
Yes.
Could it also have his mother's name associated with it? Her foundation,
Yes.
something around Diana? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Sierra user. That's interesting. Okay. Guys, you are just killing me with the corn. It's so funny. I didn't know what you were saying, but now I do, and it's so funny.
I didn't either. I feel naive, but then when you said I just played it off like I knew. I did not. I was like, that's weird. Corn?
A corn with a P. So Will is just trying to be the good son, but he seems to fumble a lot. Well, he's never done this before. Can you imagine all the responsibilities he has? So it's kind of crazy. And last, Jenny said, "Oh no, addiction site for corn addictions." Duke of Cornwall. Oh my God. Angel, stop. You're killing me. Okay. So let's see.
This is all just adding to your editing time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's going to be some editing. And it only helps those who come on live, because you guys can see what we really say. But hopefully before the king sees it, we've got to erase it. Now, all right. So I think... Is that it? Yeah, I think no, wait. Okay. There's one more thing here. Yeah, so Jupiter comes in. This is the last question. Jupiter comes in here, and this is going to be February. I'm going to say in the next few days, but Jupiter starts to activate. So maybe February 15th. And then the moon, there is something that is very, very, very challenging here, because you have the moon in a square with all of these very, very critical people. And then, oh boy, we've got a square with the corn sign, Pisces. So there's something here that's going on. Oh gosh. What could this be? This is some news that's coming out, and it is not something that he wants to read about. What do you think it is?
Yeah, that's a lot of information. That 8 of Wands again, that is, that also is like being involved in the communication. Oh, there's the Tower card, right as I said that. Yeah, it's like explosive information, just you can't stop it. You're drinking from a fire hose of communication, or like you're part of a group text, or like a family text. The Moon card again with this Queen of Wands. I can't figure out who this is. This feels like a Fergie. Something's exposed. Something is, I don't know. Is she going to start talking?
Well, Sagittarius is a publication. Moon is bringing something to light in a publication. This could be something that, he's trying to deal with his projects, and he's got something coming in. It drops. Let's just say that. And it is, with all that Virgo, it could be cleanup. It could be just plain criticism. It could be workers, how someone treats their workers. Um, and clothing too could be something that has to do with the clothing or fashion industry. So yeah, I don't think maybe Fergie's exposing something. I don't know. And maybe he doesn't like it. But there's this recent headline about Prince William and how he and I think it was Meghan was quote unquote flirting with Prince William. I swear there's a group of journalists who just think 24 hours how they could make up this stuff. But now we're seeing all these pictures of Prince William smiling at Meghan and just, yuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no clothes. Yeah. Exposing photos, maybe. Yeah. Because the old photos, which would be Saturn in Pisces. So, yes, thank you, Angel. Oh my God, Veronica is so funny. The new biography. And so, yes, Lord have mercy. What?
Yeah. Does it feels she has a biography coming out?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you heard it here first. Hey, TJ, nice to see you. And thanks everyone for coming on. And thank you to the replay crew who watch our shows. We really appreciate that you come on and look at some of the things we said. Some of them are regrettable. But, we've got to get through the week somehow. But happy Friday, everyone. Happy birthday, Amber.
Thank you.
And we will see you next Friday. Thanks for joining us, guys.